Hola and welcome to Lindita's Kitchen, and I am Lindita, and guess what? We are gonna be making some roasted green chile. So last episode, I told you guys that you need to put 4 cups away and freeze it. And that's what I've done. I've already frozen it, it's already defrosted, and I've chopped some of it up. And before we get over there with the green chilies, I'm gonna just show you what you need to have for this recipe. You need 3 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds of your pork, or you can use chicken as well. You know, for those that like the chicken, go ahead. I already got mine already pre-cut, pre-diced, you know, at the grocery store. You can do that. And like I said, I got about 3 pounds because I like to make a lot of it, and I also like to freeze it. And you know, I mean, you make it, you serve it up, and then you bring it out whenever you need it for some other dishes that I'll show you later. Okay, so let's get started. And what you're gonna need 1 onion, a full onion. And you know, this isn't all that, it's not large. I use the yellow onion, and we're gonna dice this. I'm gonna put this over here. And the way I do it, you know, just a small dice. So you wanna go pretty small, and then you're gonna go across. This is a little tip that my mom gave me, and it really does work because you keep the other side together and it doesn't fall all apart, right? Okay, like that. Just kidding. This is what you need. You want to dice this up. 1 full onion. Okay, whoa, getting close there. So now I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to just chop it up a little bit more. And if you like a big dice, that's fine too. It's totally your preference, okay? So we get our little onion going here. See? And then we have, actually it's like 2 cloves that you want, but I actually have like 3 because I like them larger, and there's an extra small one in there, but don't worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and use a molcajete. If you don't have one and you have a little mincer, go for it. And if you don't, chop it up. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and mash up I'm gonna put this up here, our cloves. And this it reminds me of home. And I think I've used it, I use it anytime, every time I can, I will use my molcajete. So you wanna get them really diced. I mean, not diced, but mashed really well. These are hard. I don't know what happened to these. But that's okay, because they're gonna cook really well in the chili, and you're gonna taste it. It's gonna taste so good. Alrighty, so, okay, now we're gonna add a little water to it. Just poquito, just to get it going. And now we're gonna go and get our roasted chilies going, okay? Let's head over. Okay, so before I get the chilies going, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my, my pork. And I put in 2 tablespoons, about 1.5 tablespoons of oil. And you can use the canola oil or an olive oil. And as you notice, there's some big pieces in there too, but the meat will shrink down. And you'll see that in a little bit after it starts cooking up, okay? So we'll get that going. Let it cook up a little bit. And I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna just, actually a medium heat for right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover it. Let's get going on our chilies. So what I wanna do here, and if you didn't see the last episode, you know, like I said, if you don't have your green chilies, what you could use is, you know, frozen chili. You can use canned chili. You can use a variety of different chilies, but for this recipe, it's 4 cups. And this is what you'll need. And then also, and this, I've already mixed this up. This is more of my mild chili, so I'm not gonna use my gloves on this, but when it's the hot, you wanna make sure that you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you, for those that didn't get it last time, you weren't able to watch the show, this is what you wanna do, is you wanna peel it off. It comes off pretty easy. And you know, if you leave a little roasted on there too, it's okay. It gives it that real nice look, roasted. You get that little flavor in there. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so you want to just take most of it off, open it up. And something that Randy Singer was saying at Nick's, when you look at the chilies, a lot of times you can tell the heat base. And this is the vein here is pretty thin. So it's more of a mild. This is the mild one. So I'm going to go ahead and again, just comes right off. Take the top off like that. And pull out the seeds. And little seeds in there, it doesn't hurt. It gives it the flavor, the look. It's all good. And they also carry them throughout the year. They have frozen as well here. But like I said, for my friends in the Midwest, New York City, hey, get some canned, get some frozen, and you can do this recipe too. So what you want to do now, since I've already diced them up, so it doesn't matter what, you just want to dice them up, small, big, doesn't really. Just watch out with the fingers there. You want to turn it around a little bit. Just like that. I'm going to add it to the bunch. Yay, 4 cups. Let's check on our meat. Oh, it's still cooking up. I want this to cook up a little bit more before I start adding all my spices. Okay, so let's stir it up. It's gonna start looking good here in a little bit. And like I said, for those that don't want to do the whole 3 pounds, cut the recipe in half too. But I would just go ahead and do it and freeze it up and save it for later, because I'm gonna show you some other recipes you're gonna want to do it with. Okay? Okay, mix it with. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Yeah, get them going. And this, now that it's kind of cooking up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add the spices. And we're going to add a half a teaspoon of the comino, the cumin. Half a teaspoon of that. And some garlic salt, a tablespoon. We'll get it in the meat, let it cook up a little bit. Of course, I'm going to just throw in a little some pepper because I love it. And then I throw the salt over my shoulder, so you can't see that right now, but that's okay because we've already added the garlic salt into it. So we're gonna go ahead and mix it up. Let's cook it up some more. I've already had added the oil, and this is all the juice from the pork. So it's cooking down. And again, I'm using a Dutch oven too, so it goes faster. So everybody's is a little different. So it could go from like 8 minutes to 15. So it's totally up to you. Like I said, I'm totally up to your range. And I've got gas, so there you go. So I'm gonna go ahead right now. Is a good time to add my flour. So it's 4 tablespoons of flour. I'll mix it all up. Coat it really well. Yeah. We're gonna let it brown up just a little bit more. Okay, so now you want it to look just like this. Okay, the meat, the flour is really gone into the meat. I'm gonna go ahead and add about a cup of water. Stir it up. Remember, we've already added all our spices, so it's going to cook up a little bit more. And now I'm going to add the onion. And that was a whole onion. And you can, it's medium diced. So just so you know, we'll cook that in. And of course, once it cooks, the flavors they marry together and they start tasting really good. And of course, we're gonna add our garlic. It's up from our molcajete here. And I just dump that in there just like that. And again, we'll give it another stir. I love my Dutch oven. It does cook a little faster, but also, you know, if you want to just simmer it, if you're around, you know, you can take, you know, cook it up for the day. But it's pretty fast, as you can see. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add one 28-ounce can of the tomato. And I'm using the petite dice, it's canned. You can use fresh, but 28 ounces of the tomato. I know it looks pretty red right now, but what makes it green is what? The chili. Okay. And what is the next piece? Of course, your green chili, your roasted green chili. So here we go. 4 cups. Stir it in together. Ay, ay, ay. This makes a lot, but let me tell you, this is what you want. And then you can bag it up, cook it later. And now we're gonna add another 3 cups of water. Oh, about 2.5, 3, let's see, let me get a feel. Total will be 4, so we're gonna go ahead and just add it all. Clean off the edges, yum. You see that little roasty chilies in there? I see, that's the way it's supposed to look. Now we're gonna let that simmer for at least, 20 minutes. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna let it cook because I'm gonna be doing a little Chile Relleno for you. So let's let that cook for a little bit. Let's cover it up. Oh, here we go. And then I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna go just reduce the heat down to like a little medium low heat. And let's get going on our Chile Rellenos. So the green chili is cooking away, and I've gone over there already and taken off the lid and I've stirred it up just like that. And you have to have that rhythm in there too. It makes it taste better. Okay, enough of that. But now we're gonna get started with these Chile Rellenos. And this is a recipe that you don't have to have with it because like I said, the chili is good on its own. But this is just something that I wanted to share with you. And it's a real easy recipe, okay? With my Chile Relleno version, we're gonna use egg roll. And you can get these in the grocery store. And I got them in I think it was right in the vegetable department. I did ask as well because they have them in different locations, but at my store, that's where it's at. So you wanna get a little sheet just like this, and then you grab a chile, roasted chili, and you lay it down like this. You want to add your cheese. Now you can add any type of cheese. I use the Munster, okay? And it's a nickname after my son. They used to call him Eddie Munster up at Echo. I just want to add that in there because it was real cute. And so, sorry about that, Ian. And then we're gonna toss in just a little bit of onion. We love onions. And I think I've told you a story too about Mr. E over here. Yeah, he was allergic to onions, and little did he know that that's all we had. I mean, I cook with a lot of onion. So now what you want to do is, once you've laid it down like this, you want to fold the edges in, and then bring it around, así. And then we're gonna wet the end, just to keep it, this one kind of broke off, it's okay. So you want to just wet it just to kind of keep it sealed because we're going to deep fry this too. So we're going to fold it over Así. And that's how easy this recipe is, right? The chile relleno, I know it does take a lot of time, and I just wanted to kind of show you something that's easy, a little simple. You don't have the time, kids, you know, everybody's working now, and you need to make these at home. And like I said, you can use a Colby, you can use, like I love the Munster, it is good. And you can use a purple onion as well, but I'm folding the ends. And then we're gonna repeat the process just like that. So again, and I used about a half an onion for this recipe, but you know, again, you won't need it all. Better to have more than enough than not enough. Okay. We'll just keep this going. This is when you get the whole family to help out, right? Okay, we'll just keep rolling here. Just like that. Again, so I just thought I'd do the last one here for you and do a little demonstration, of course. And then we're ready to go. And you know, with this recipe, I just want to let you know, you can do 20, you can do 8, you can do 5. It doesn't really matter. And I think the egg rolls, I think you get like 20 sheets in there. So, you know, it just depends on, you know, how big your party is, right? And my party's pretty big, so we're gonna be celebrating tonight. Again, we're gonna roll, tuck, and roll. Oh, of course, I'm gonna add a little water on the edge here to seal. Así. Now we're gonna take them over and cook them up. I've got my oil going, and I've got about a cup of oil, a little over a cup of oil, and I used the canola oil for this. And it's cooking up right now, so I'm gonna check my chili here real quick. Oh yeah. And again, because I am using a Dutch oven, it does cook a little faster, and it is gas too. So I'm gonna just, it's pretty much done. So I'm gonna just turn this off for right now. Turn it off, and I'm gonna cover it. Let it continue to cook. Okay, so now I'm gonna check my oil, see if it's hot enough yet. So I've gone ahead and added a little water on my hand and just, I think it's ready. Okay, so we're gonna throw these in. Okay. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, get them going. And then this is so good because you don't want your grease splattering all over the place. And since I'm also cooking these right now for tonight, for this afternoon, so if you're gonna be cooking them up for tomorrow or way in the evening, you wanna put a little flour on that because it will get soft underneath, you know, because it is a little moist. So you don't want that to happen and they get gooey. So you want them, you know, to keep the texture. So you want to add a little flour to them, some more flour. Meanwhile, we're gonna let these cook up. Let's just see how they're doing. Nope. Oh yeah, the aromas are amazing in here with the green chili and the chile rellenos. Híjole, you are gonna be the talk of town when you make these. Okay, so I think it's a good time to flip them, turn them around, just like that. So it's just minutes, and again, you have to check it, because you know your range, you know it better than anybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my little screen on it. You can see. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit, just down low, because it's already pretty much cooking. Yeah. Just let them get nice and golden brown. And then we'll continue with that process. These are ready to put on a towel. We'll drain those off a little bit. Yep. I'll do the rest. Okay, so we are done with the Chile Rellenos. And now it's time to serve up my green chile. Chile. And again, you know, we've cooked this up for about 45 minutes to an hour. And the longer actually is the better, you know, a little bit, but it's done. Or you could slow cook it. Slow cook it all day in a crock pot if you want. Make it easy and it'll be ready when the family comes home. It's nice and steamy. It needs nothing else. You'll see. The chili is done, and doesn't it look beautiful? And again, you don't need anything else to go with this chili, this recipe. It's wonderful right by itself, and you'll see why once you try this. But I did serve it up with the Chile Rellenos, and again, I did smother it, and I added a little chili and with some lettuce and tomato, and they're fabulous as well, as you'll see. You can also serve them up just like this. Just break them in half, and you can dip it in your chili if you want. You can have them as an appetizer, and you know, they're delicious. That's all I gotta say. And of course, you can add it to your favorite burrito. You know, whether it's a bean or a breakfast or a hamburger, Mexican hamburger burrito, just top it off with Lindita's green chili and add your little cheese with a lettuce, tomato, and híjole, mira, it is done. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. You know, my viewers, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying these shows. And again, for Linditas, just go to linditasalsa.com. And again, thank you for joining us in Aurora TV. And we'll see you soon. Until the next show, enjoy. Salud. Thank you.